What's going on with y'all? It's your boy DaBlaise. I'm gonna be making a tutorial for y'all today on how to make 808 Mafia, PYREX with samples, dark stuff like that. We're gonna be using contact, and this is my first tutorial ever, so I hope y'all enjoy. And you know, your boy's looking crusty right now too, but we still gonna make it work. We're gonna make something fire. I already made it though, but I'm gonna be showing you how to make it, how I made it. So I hope y'all enjoy this video. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, because I'm gonna be doing this more. I also got a sample pack. I just dropped that like 2 days ago, I think, or something like that, so I'm gonna link it down below. And I got another sample pack coming out next Friday, so y'all stay tuned for that. And it's gonna be similar loops like this, but this loop's gonna be in that sample pack if y'all are looking to cop that. Also join the Discord, because I might drop some of the loops early in there, and it's just gonna be like a cool community. I just created it and I got a bunch of my team in there already. But yeah, let's get into this video. Alright, so we're in FL now, and I'm gonna show you all the individual components that I used to create this sample. And yeah, so let's get into it. So the first thing I used was this violin from Balkan Ethnic Orchestra Bank, I'm pretty sure. And this is what it sounds like. So that's what the violin sounds like. After I rendered it out, I put it into a fruity slicer to give it more bounce. Has a little cutout and it cuts in and out effect or something like that, and it gives it more bounce for sure. But the next thing I used was this pad. It was also from the same contact bank, and it's just like a super ambient pad. It's kind of in the background, but it definitely adds like to the overall vibe of the sample. That's what this sounds like. So that's what that sounds like. The next thing I used was this like dark string. I called it a staccato, but I don't think it is. But I got it out of the Strings of Winter contact bank, and this is what that sounds like. So it's definitely really dark, and it adds to the bounce of the sample. And I always like using that sound in my like dark PYREX samples, because it fits really well. So my bad, my CPU's, if it cuts in and out, I'm sorry, but I don't know what's wrong. It's just, it keeps doing it. So the next thing I added was this vocal slice, and it's like a choir. It's a contact bank called Rodope 2, and this like pretty much creates the whole sample. To be honest, it's like the most standout thing, and it's what everyone loves in these kinds of samples. So that's what this sounds like. So that's what that sounds like. When you're doing this, when you're making the vocal like that, make sure that you use the syllable builder in any of the choir banks. And I'll go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. But this is what the contact bank looks like. This is what the pattern looks like, by the way. But it's gonna take a while probably to load up. But here's the contact bank, and it I just clicked in every single syllable that they had, and then I just played a pattern that sounded kind of realistic, and it sounded pretty dark. But that's basically how you make those kinds of like vocal chops. So I also added this the same vocal in again, except for I pitched it down, and that's what this sounds like. So yeah, super dark. It just adds some variation to the sample, so it's not always playing the same thing throughout. But I really like that part, and I like what I did there. So the next thing was a piano, and this piano plays the same notes that the violin plays, but I put a halftime on it, so it's not playing like super fast, but it's also in the background, so you don't hear it that much, but it's definitely there and it adds to the feeling. So the next thing I added was this bass, and this bass is from not contact band, it's from a one-shot kit. It's like a Holy one-shot kit. But what I did was I played it on the first and the fourth bar, and I just played the root note once, and it plays twice, except for I also played it again, but I reversed it. I don't really know how to explain what I'm saying. It probably doesn't even make any sense, but this is what that sounds like. So it adds a pretty cool effect, and it plays throughout the whole sample. And the last thing that I added was this texture, and it's just like a little chimes texture, and it's in the background the whole time, but it also plays throughout the whole sample, and it just adds, little elements to the sample. So that's pretty much like the basis of the main part of the sample. But now I'm gonna show y'all how I made the intro to this sample. And the intro is also really easy to make. The intro is literally just a vocal phrase from a contact band called Voices of Rapture or something like that, and it just plays a single note, and that's what this sounds like. That's how I did it, except for I did chop it up a little bit, but this is what that sounds like. So what I actually did here was I chopped the first half of it off, not the first half, but like the first few bars, and I reversed it and pitched it up, and then right here I just played it normally, except for I pitched it down. So it goes from like a super high pitch and reversed to a really low pitch, and it's just playing normally. And I also added down here the same vocal chop, except for I pitched it up and I lowered the volume, so it's just kind of playing under the first one. So you can hear that for sure. And the next thing that I added was this was like this little texture or something like that. I don't even know where I got this from, but that's what this sounds like. And then the last thing was this bell, and it plays 3 notes at the very end, and this is what that. So from there, I just had a couple of textures, some vinyl textures, and this is what the whole intro sounds like. So yeah, that's how I made this sample. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope that this is gonna help you guys make better samples that are like this. I know that there's not a lot of tutorials on YouTube right now that actually have like this kind of sample in there. So I hope that you guys can learn something from this. And I'm still actually pretty new at making these kinds of samples, but I just wanted to make a tutorial on it. And yeah, so I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm probably tripping a little bit because it's my first time making a video. I'm not good at it. I'm like tripping over my words for real. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play this sample, and I'll see y'all in the next one.
did this one.